Hello, Plaza families, and welcome to the Tiger Open House presentation. During this presentation, you will receive valuable information that we hope that you look at prior to coming to open house. Sit back and enjoy. On the slide, you will see the administration at Plaza Middle School. To the left there is myself, Dr. Adrian Singletary, principal. In the middle, Mrs. Sarah Portnier, assistant principal. She will oversee our 8th grade class as well as the 6th grade legends. And then to the right, you have Miss Amanda Benjamin, also assistant principal, and she also serves as our activities director, and she oversees our 7th grade and our heroes team. The first day of school is Monday, August the 19th. School begins at 7:15 a.m. and we will open up our doors for students beginning at 6:50. We dismiss at 2:20 p.m. And as a reminder, please make sure you give yourself a little bit of extra time at the start of the school year. It is oftentimes very busy and hectic as parents are dropping off and students are getting off of the bus. So please be patient with yourself and also be patient with others because we are right off the highway on 72nd Street and it can get very congested. So please just take your time, take a deep breath, and we will have a fantastic start to our school year.
You may be wondering about transportation. The next section will include information about buses, arrival, and dismissal. If you have specific questions regarding your student's bus information, that can be found on the parent portal. If you can't find that information on the portal, please call the bus company at 816-359-4560. We have created an arrival and dismissal plan that focuses on student safety. For arrival, you will enter the parking lot by the main entrance sign on 72nd Street, then proceed in a single file line to your right to circle around the parking lot and head towards the front of the building. This allows for more cars to move off 72nd Street and keep traffic flowing. Once you have entered the straightaway in front of the building, please pull forward as far as possible before stopping. Vehicles that are within the yellow curb area, approximately the first 8 vehicles, should allow their student to exit the car on the side closest to the building. To keep the line moving, please make sure your students are ready with all of their belongings when it's time to exit the vehicle. You may only turn right when you exit onto 72nd Street. In addition, we ask that you do not drop your student off before 6:50 a.m. Students arriving before 7 a.m. will be directed to the gym until they are dismissed to classes at 7 a.m. To provide efficiency and safety in our arrival and dismissal plans, we ask that you do not park in the lower parking lot or the Kmart parking lot to drop off or pick up your student. For our dismissal procedures, we will use a double lane. Please do not arrive any earlier than 1:55 p.m. This is to ensure our buses are able to gain access to our parking lot. You will not be able to park and have your student walk to you. If you are picking up your student, you must go through the car line. Please post your student's name that you are picking up in the passenger window. You will pull into lane 1, which is closest to the building, or lane 2, outside lane 1, as you enter the parking lot, and stay in that lane until you have picked up your student. We will load 8 vehicles at a time, 4 in lane 1 and 4 in lane 2, by calling students to come out. Once all 8 vehicles have been loaded, we will release starting with lane 2 and then lane 1. A staff member will be present to assist with this process. We will then repeat the process with all students until everyone is picked up. Please remember, in order to help with the flow of traffic, there should be no left-hand turns onto 72nd Street when you exit. To provide efficiency and safety in our arrival and dismissal plans, we ask that you do not park in the lower lot or the Kmart parking lot to drop off or pick up your student.
In our middle school, our grading policy falls into a couple different categories. When a parent looks at the grades, they will see a letter grade showing how their student is doing at school. The traditional grading scale of A, B, C, D, and F is used. However, of those grades, 80% of the grade is based on how your student has done on assessments. For example, exams, quizzes, major assignments. If for some reason your student hasn't completed one of those exams, quizzes, major assignments, you might see the letter M reported in Infinite Campus. And M means that your student is missing this score and the item needs to be redone or turned in. 20% of the grade that you see reflected on the gradebook or in Infinite Campus is related to academic practice work and preparation work. For example, class work that's done in class or homework assignments. Those nightly types of things or those daily types of things that students do to practice or try to get ready for those exams, major projects, and quizzes, those are in the 20% category. All of those assignments are graded on a scoring guide of 3, 2, 1, or 0, depending on the level of effort or the quality demonstrated. For example, maybe it's a class participation grade and your student participated great. The score that you would probably see would be a 3. Maybe they didn't give all of the feedback they needed, so it moved down to a 2. Or they didn't participate at all, and so you see a 1 or a 0 because they didn't do anything. That's 20% of your student's grade that's reflected in that letter grade. At Plaza, we believe in a school-wide approach to AVID. We believe in being avidly, and each teacher every day takes time to post and go over academic agenda items. So, what can parents do to help support their students? Emphasize and utilize this binder and student planner for organization of academic work. For example, each evening when your student gets home, have them get out their planner, do a double check on what they have written down for the day, and make sure that they're prepared for tomorrow.
The next piece of information is going to be on our parent-student handbook. A significant change for this school year is in our cell phone policy. This year, Park Hill School District middle school students are required to place all personal electronic devices in their locker. They will not be permitted to be carried. These changes reflect the need to protect instructional time from distractions as well as promote positive social and mental health of our students. What you are reading here on this page is a language directly from our school handbook in regard to student personal devices. Parents, I ask you to please let your students know about these changes so that we can avoid any misunderstandings and miscommunications as we start the 24-25 school year. This slide outlines the consequences for students that do not adhere to the cell phone policy. While we don't want our students to receive these consequences, it is important to be transparent about what to expect if it is violated.
At Plaza, we will utilize PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. This program seeks to promote and reward positive behavior school-wide to create a positive school climate for students and staff. Our Pride Matrix, which stands for Preparation, Respect, Integrity, Determination, and Excellence, serves as our guiding expectations to promote that positive behavior. As part of this program, we will also utilize PBIS rewards to encourage and recognize positive behavior throughout the school day. Students will earn tokens that they can then spend on various items and incentives throughout the school year. We will offer incentives at the team and building level. Relationships are the foundation of everything we do here at Plaza Middle School. Character Strong is our social-emotional learning curriculum. Each week, students and staff will have an opportunity to experience a lesson that will help build strong relationships, provide challenges and opportunities to practice kindness, build resilience, and instill a positive school community. Be on the lookout for student and family dares that you can participate in as well.
Let's talk about communication. What do you do if you have a question or concern about your student or the school? In most cases, you can directly reach out to your son or your daughter's specific teacher. For example, if they're having trouble in math class, talk to the math teacher. Having a trouble doing homework in all the classes, go to their main homeroom teacher, which would be their life education teacher. That's kind of the teacher on the team that oversees them for everything. Otherwise, talk to the specific teacher regarding any subject matter concerns. If you have a bigger issue, such as concern with your student making friends or having peer conflicts, those types of questions, those a lot of times can go to our building counselors. Or if you need help with social concerns as far as needing help with extra lunch money or resources, school supplies, those things can also be done in our student support center with one of our social workers. Of course, medications, those would always be done through our nurse. Transportation questions, a lot of times you'll just want to call the bus company, or our front office can answer a lot of those phone calls as well. And then if for bigger issues related to your student that a teacher can't help you with, or a nurse can't help you with, or our counselors can't, please then start with our administrators. Assistant principals are here to help before going to the big top dog, Dr. Singletary, our main building principal. So if you have any questions, we're always happy to help. Normally, you start and you work your way up from the main teacher.
On this slide, you will see our student services, which is comprised of Mrs. Mallory Malone, counselor, Mr. Bradley Coleman, our other counselor, and Mrs. Ashley Schroyer, our social worker. Our school nurse is Nurse Foster. If you have any health-related questions, please contact her at the information you see on the page, as well as visit her during open house. Please ensure if your student has had any significant health-related concerns, please let her know. For students with severe allergies, those action plans must be updated annually. Students with prescriptions must take those in the nurse's office and cannot carry medication on them during the school day. Lastly, please make sure your student immunizations are updated before school starts. Your student will not be allowed to start school until they are current.
We have a variety of athletics and activities for students to participate in here at Plaza Middle School. If your 7th or 8th grade student is interested in participating in athletics or activities for the 24-25 school year, please visit the athletic table in the flex space to ensure that you have all the necessary information. One major change this year is the addition of Privet. This is an online system that allows families to create an account and upload all required paperwork so that your student is eligible for the first day of practice or tryouts. 6th grade students aren't eligible to compete in MISHA sports, but can participate in intramurals and clubs. Please see the website for more information if you're interested. As mentioned on the previous slide, MISHA sanctioned sports are only available for our 7th and 8th grade students. This slide gives more specific information for each sport and activity that is offered here at Plaza. In the fall, we have football, which is only an 8th grade team, and it's combined with Plaza and Congress students. We also have cross country and volleyball, and new this year is cheerleading. In the winter, we have boys and girls basketball. We also added Scholar Bowl and speech and debate this year. In the spring, we have track and field. And then all year, we have NJHS, which is reserved for 8th grade students only. For all students in grades 6 through 8, we have intramurals. You sign up individually for this each quarter, which can be found on the website and will be sent out by teachers. This changes each quarter due to the offerings that teachers want to give and requests from students. We also have drama club and student council. Please take a minute to view our website, as a lot of this information can be found there.
The Plaza PTA is a fantastic organization that helps support our Plaza students as well as our Plaza staff. We encourage all of our families to join. I hope this information was timely and informative. We look forward to seeing you at Open House on Wednesday, August 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. Go Tigers!